Is the Earth located in the incorrect part of the galaxy? We are certain of this now. The solar system's center is not where we are. Neither are we in the galactic center. We are not the center of the universe, by any means. We have at last recognized, one step forward, one step back, that there are many planets, including our own, many billions of additional people. Hello and welcome to KYC News. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Well, it appears that our planet is lucky, favored by extraordinary cosmic synchronicities. But are we actually certain? Are we truly certain that the position, for instance, where in the Milky Way the solar system was born, which method is just the best? Could better have been found? Were there worse options available? We do not hold a privileged position, it is true, in the cosmos. However, perhaps it is in the reality that we are not. Itself is something unique. The future? Yet that is not why we are here. Our goal is to determine whether or not the Milky Way's position of Earth in relation to whether it impacted its own badly or favorably development. We are all aware of what is known as the Milky Way. Is simply the galaxy that it contains. Our solar system. In this instance, a spiral galaxy is involved. 120,000 light years across. Just to be clear what an infinite size we are discussing, about 63,000 years are equal to 1 light year times Earth's distance from the Sun. A star core forms the foundation of the object. Around 1,500 parts are compacted into a disk. Light years thick, a disk crammed with thousands of stars of many billions of stars, primarily gas and dust, placed in a zigzag pattern. A spherical ring of globular clusters surrounds the disk. Swarm turned its attention to the middle of the disk. This swarm of clusters also consists of a few lone stars and some scattered gas, the halo of the galaxy. Current estimations indicate that the Sun is 27,000 light years from the galactic center. Where a huge will be located, as we'll see. Dark hole gaseous nebulae, other stars, the Sun, and all else in the universe is centered on the gravitational pull caused the galactic center to move attraction of a swarm of stars in one area, similar to how planets revolve there around the Sun. Alright, you'll respond, but we, with our minuscule globe, where do we stand in all of this? Considering what we know right now, the Sun is positioned close to the inner edge of the so-called Orion Arm, at a distance of approximately 27,000 miles away from the galactic center by light years. Moreover, 50 light years beyond the galactic plane. Is this good, then? We have generally gotten along nicely. The stars in the area, the neighbors, and the observable interstellar clouds of gas and dust in the nocturnal sky. But on occasion, some astronomical event has gotten in our way, resulting in incidents that Earth life has always endured hardship. For instance, it has been suggested that particularly stellar outbursts of neighboring stars that are powerful termed supernovae could be to blame for a major extinction that occurred, or several have happened throughout Earth's history. Despite such celestial phenomena, intricate here, life seems to bloom. Yet, certain parts of the cosmos have distinctly various characteristics and attributes. Would humanity still perform so well if the solar system anywhere else in the galaxy? Could such a diversified, life-sustaining environment be Earth's environment has evolved and endured? At the galactic center? In the star, gas, and dust bar that pierces the galactic nucleus? Or higher than the spiral arms? Or past them? Observe me. Hi folks, before we go on, just a quick. Don't forget to subscribe to the Crazy Curiosity channel. By pressing the bell, you can assist us in greater and higher quality goods. At the galactic center, the galaxy's core is not where we are, but might we be? The galactic center's activity is dominated by a black hole 4 million times the size of the Sun. The region of a black hole is one where matter has become focused enough to make the effects of gravitational force literally alter shape of the space is really important. It prevents energy from escaping. There is one exception to the no escaping rule. Is the matter the source of the force of gravity? And the energy contained within the black hole, which the rest of the universe and beyond. This black hole is not an unusual occurrence. Researchers in astronomy are learning that such supermassive dark holes, each containing approximately 100,000 mini-billion solar masses, as well as, exist in the most galaxies' cores. The enormous gravitational pull of the supermassive black hole of the Milky Way, the primary determinant of activity in the cosmos center. Of the objects we observe orbiting it, the Sun is a whole star around which planets revolve. Star. It is possible for planets to develop around such stars. Would these planets, however, offer secure launching pads, which could allow life to evolve? Contrary to popular perception, black holes don't exist. Are huge, ineffective vacuum cleaners in space. Strange consequences only happen when everything is put into them. A few radii away from these items. For instance, suppose there are 1 million black holes miles, followed by odd conduct of there is simply matter, energy, space, and time. 10 million kilometers or less from the black hole, which, on the scale of A, is a very short distance galaxy. Earth, for instance, has 93 million people. A long way from the Sun. The closest distances between stars is around the supermassive black hole of the Milky Way. They just experience a regular gravitational draw on it. But there is an issue. The planets in our solar system, however, all orbit in a plane that is similar to one. The Sun and the stars move in all axes of orbit. Or aircraft near the enormous black hole dark hole, they orbit that in a highly elliptical fashion. Black hole, implying that during the course of orbits, their separations from it vary greatly. The fact that these stars are 10 is not unusual. At the furthest places, they are times farther away compared to where they are, and their orbit most near the black hole. The shift in the black hole's distance and a star implies that their planets' orbits or planets will also be shifting continuously because of the shifting gravitational pull of black hole. The other stars that are in tight orbit around the planets surrounding the black hole will be pulled in. Surrounding stars. Hence, it is extremely unlikely that any planets orbiting stars within the core of an habitable zone, the galaxy will orbit consistently. Area around their star. Even planets whose distance to the Sun is on the average star is in the zone might occasionally be in places where the water is either too hot or too chilly to maintain a liquid surface. It is plausible that a star may pull the planet apart from a fully out-of-orbit star. In the galactic nucleus much farther distant from us, beyond the region around which stars are in close orbits, the planets will feel the repercussions of the black hole that will almost certainly keep them uninhabitable. Most likely, all stars in this area would be visible. Such erratic orbits, frequently revolving past each other closely enough to cause disruption, comet clouds encircle nearby stars. Those occurrences would all be extremely detrimental if the development of life on an Earth-like planet won't cease as a result. These worlds are unlikely environments for mankind. A bar called the galaxy stepping away from the more dangerous supermassive black hole influences in the core of the galaxy. We next come across the star, gas, and dust bar, figure 7.1. This bar's existence has been rumored since it was proven in 2005 that the 1990s. Its size is around 24,000 light-years. 6,000 light-years away. The problem in the bar's interior flows parallel to it, while into the bar's outer area, stars, gas, and dust as you descend the bar spin around at the bottom and reverse flow. The bar itself revolves similarly to a propeller, roughly every 15 million years. Apparently, some of the gas and dust in the bar, the enormous black hole, was directed down, supplying the necessary materials for star formation as was just mentioned. Many aspects of the pub indicate that few patrons it might contain planets capable of hosting life. Think about a star and newly generated planets. Traveling down it from one in the bar tilting to one side. When this system approaches the center, it is likely to come across moving stars perpendicular to its travel across the bar. As was previously said, sufficiently close interactions will alter planets' orbits, taking possible Earth outside of the habitable zone, or at the very least hurl a lot of comets at the planets. These events are probably going to happen eventually, even if it doesn't occur on the initial 800 travel through the center of the bar, decades before modern life begins to develop on the Earth. Similarly, things become extremely busy near the ends, where the stars and clouds are shifting on the bar around. A similar issue in this interior part of the galaxy contains a significant amount of interstellar dust. Being drawn in the bar are gas and dust toward the black hole from below. Beyond the spiral arms or above yet, galaxies like the Milky Way, there is much more to weigh than just star disks, dust, gas, and spiral arms. In the galaxy, both above and below, there are things. The disk and extraterrestrial objects, the disk's observable edge. The most significant elements of the galaxy, the globular clusters, are outside the disk, containing up to a huge number of stars that are connected by gravitational force. Around the disk, globular clusters proliferate like mozzies during the summer. Frequently, globular clusters cross through although they spend the majority of their time outside of it in what is referred to as the galaxy's halo. The center of this circular area is the black hole supermassive in the center of at least twice as far as the galaxy, the spiral arms spread out in all directions. There are also billions of solitary stars in the halo. That contrasts with the light from the globular clusters that are unusual for us watch them. The challenge of creating a world like Earth outside the disk where we currently reside is once sufficient gas and dust gathered in one location outside where the sun and planets. Terrestrial planets are largely formed from debris left over from star explosions. Because of the universe's matter, we are aware of this. Initially, only hydrogen, helium, and lithium, too. There is hardly any of these components. In comparison to silicon, iron, and a variety of other substances, which are all created by stellar explosions and star fusion. Quite a bit of the material was discharged when stars erupt in the galaxy's disk, leaving behind, allowing this gas and particles to enter the disk, be transformed into new stars as it travels the arms of a spiral. We must be dealing with at least a second-generation solar system. Due to the Earth's vast content, it must have developed in an earlier generation. Starry sky. The obstacle to Earth-like planets, the halo, from forming is that following there was the formation of the first stars. The gas and dust of the early universe expelled during the explosion of these stars did not keep your focus high enough for another from it. New stars might develop. The gas emitted even from globular clusters by stars exploding floated away. Hence, astronomers observe relatively few, if any, stars are forming outside the solar system. Arm spirals. Finally, based on what we have just discussed, we can classify our galaxy into three categories, zones, those of the central bar and the center, the spiral arms central region, and the halo and outer arms. In light of the following final points, 13,000 light-years from the center, roughly, too near the galactic nucleus, stars would be exposed to a lot of X-ray radiation from the central supermassive black hole of the galaxy. Thus it is highly improbable in such a setting life might develop. Moreover, the Milky Way center is much denser than the outer portions, with stars. Explosions of supernovae occur far more frequently. The radiation would sterilize any planet able to support life. The rapid elliptical motion and stellar density stars close to the black hole would likewise result into persistent gravitational conflict. About 13,000 to 33,000 light-years away the central. By definition, this area is the habitable zone. The planets have enough heavy elements to establish and begin a biological cycle, as additionally, a stable and secure environment enables long-term thriving of life. About 33,000 to 50,000 light-years away, the hard hydrogen and helium are abundant here. However, the proportion of heavy metals is extremely low. There are very few stony planets within it, and therefore suited to supporting life. This is especially true for the galactic. The halo is almost totally starless, with the ability to produce heavy metals. Of course, it goes without saying that planet Earth is nearly in our solar system, precisely at the center of the livable zone. An accident? Is it actually feasible that we were so blessed? And does this suggest that we should possibly? Do you think our existence is almost singular?